How often do you think about basketball? How often does that actually
every
come
day
up?
now. Every day, because my daughter is playing, and I coach. So I coach her team, so we practice every day. And so...
Okay. Are you running the triangle?
We are.
You are running the triangle?
We absolutely are. And they execute it beautifully.
No kidding.
Beautifully. I was messing with Phil. So the first time we ran the triangle...
Right.
We ran a center opposite action. And he ran it beautifully, got a beautiful open three, knocked it down. So I sent the video to Phil. Phil was like, is that center opposite? They actually ran it. I said, yes, because they got a better coach.
Nice. I like it.
He just thought he was awesome.
How old are they now?
12.
So they're 12. So you're
12.
running with 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Are you giving them reading material for 12-year-olds?
No.
Are you doing that, Phil?
What I've learned is like, you have to think clearly in how you teach it. You just go piece by piece. Like it's my responsibility to try to teach them the game. And teaching the fundamentals of the game, most importantly, right? Passing with the left hand.
Right.
Understand spacing, being able to shoot the ball properly, finish at the rim properly, just basics, right? Instead of throwing them everything at once, you just break it up month to month. So do you find yourself using Phil-isms with the kids? I do. But I started doing that even later in my career. A lot of his philosophies, a lot of things that he's taught me have really shaped who I am. And that's why I think he's the greatest coach, because he impacted me, not just from a basketball perspective, but as a person too. So give me an example. What has he left with you? The patience. I mean, you remember me when I was younger, it was like, yo, do this, do it now. Let's go. Why aren't you getting this? Come on, let's go. Right. As opposed to now sitting back and allowing things to materialize and allowing people and to develop and find their own way and be there simply as a guiding force, which helps me a lot in the coaching of my kids' team, helps me in storytelling a lot as well. For the podcasts of what you got out there now, you're talking about like when the stories are written for these children's podcasts, the Punies, are you going over the copy? Are you like actually looking through what's being written? Yeah, so like what I did is when the idea of the show first came to me, I had the two characters already created, which was Puny Pete and BB LaBelle. And I had written 10 short stories for them. And my idea was to have them have individual picture books with short stories. But then we have a family tradition where we watch The Sandlot every 4th of July. And The Sandlot every 4th of July, we watch The Sandlot as a family. And after watching The Sandlot, I was like, man, we need more movies like this, for kids. They're just in the park and having fun. So I started kind of coming up with ideas and concepts, and nothing really stuck. And then in Thanksgiving, our other tradition is watching the Peanuts, Thanksgiving special. Sure, right. And so when I was watching that, those two things just came together for me. It was like, I got it. Puny Pete, BB LaBelle come together. This is going to be, I'm going to mix The Sandlot and the Peanuts and create our own series. Well, it's interesting, listening to some of the episodes of this podcast, the opening theme, when I heard it, it sounded like the Peanuts theme. Yeah, is that on purpose? That's our homage to the Peanuts and Schultz and what they were able to create. And I feel like in this day and age for children, the music is very pop. There's all of that. There's no classic music anymore of strong piano themes and strong melody themes. And so we wanted to kind of go back to the way shows used to be. So when it all comes down to it, you want to do what with your second career here at Kobe? What we want to do is use sports as the greatest metaphor for life. And if we feel like if we can teach kids how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with pressure, how to deal with failure, how to deal with success through sport, then in turn it helps them to become better people, right? So like if you're struggling with something, if your kid's struggling with a bully at school or struggling with taking tests because the pressure is just too much, how do you practice that? Like as a father, you can go to your daughter and your son and say, okay, work your hardest, don't worry about the end result. But those are just words, aren't they? Right? They have to physically emotionally put themselves in that same situation over and over to really be able to understand how to deal with it. And what we're saying is that sports does that for you. So now through sport, when you practice every day and you're playing these games and you have these emotional challenges, you get used to figuring out how to navigate yourself through, which in turn helps you to become a better test taker and vice versa. I had Jeannie Buss on my show last week. She'd said that you sent her a text when LeBron
came to the Lakers
Yeah.
of her as the mother of dragons? You sent her a Khaleesi photograph to her phone?
I did.
What was your intention on that?
I did. I sent her a gif of Khaleesi riding in on 1,000 ships behind her with Tyrion next to her and everybody next to her. So I said, this is what you are. I mean, when I spoke to her about making her decision, I told her, I said, at some point, Jeannie, you have to become Khaleesi. You got to be the mother of dragons.
The decision with her family?
You got to claim what is rightfully yours and go for it, man. So I felt like that was appropriate to send her that gift.
Well, she kind of does sit on that iron throne, I guess, to use that phrase, with LeBron coming here. What is your relationship with LeBron?
I talked to him the day it was announced. I talked to him and just reached out to him and said, welcome to LA. And I said, now you're a part of the family. So if you ever need anything whatsoever, just you know where to find me, man. I'm right here, and I was excited for him.
Are you aware that there are some of your diehard fans that have an issue with LeBron being termed as part of the family?
Yeah, I hear that, but listen, if you're a fan of mine, you're a fan of winning. You're a fan of the Lakers, right? I bleed purple and gold, so that's above anything else. I've been a Laker fan since I was yay high. Mm-hmm. That's never going to change, right? And we're about winning championships, so they'll fall in line.
What do you think he needs to accomplish here in order to be viewed in a similar vein as, say, you as a Laker, Kobe?
Well, I don't know. Making the comparisons of him being viewed in a similar vein as me, I mean, that doesn't make much sense, right? I mean, I think the goal is always to win championships. No matter where you go, that's the goal. And that's his goal. That's Rob's goal, that's Magic's goal, that's Jeannie's goal, Rondo, all the guys, Kuzma, Lonzo, they all want to win championships, man. So that's what they're gunning for.
So he needs to win a championship here in LA?
Why do people always say that? They say, okay, well, you need to win. And then there's this like crowd of people that are like, well, you don't need to win a champion. Well, you're asking me, we have to win championships. This is why we play. This is why we're here, is to win championships. And, he wouldn't have came here if he didn't expect to win championships.
Well, I mean, I'm of the mindset that his legacy as one of the all-time greats is already sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of, he's already done that.
Well, yeah.
You would agree with that assessment,
yeah.
obviously, right?
Yeah.
So now he's coming to Los Angeles, and in a way, he's trying to next level achieve with something you already have, which is Laker championships, plural, and maybe an Oscar in the trophy case also.
Well, to me, it's just really simple. Wherever you play, the object is to win championships. That's it.
End of story.
End of story.
Professional basketball, how often do you think about that these days?
I mean, every so often, but not much. I mean, I think about it for, a lot of the players reach out and they want to come out and work out and do some things like that. So I'll have guys come down and I'll work with them.
Who's come?
Jason's been down.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum's been down. Kuzma's been down. I have a couple more on the books coming down later in the summer.
What do you do with them? What do you do with these guys?
Well, the first thing to do is self-assess. Like, what do you feel comfortable doing on the court? What you don't feel comfortable doing? I mean, it starts with that. You got to be able to look inside and say, okay, coaches can only tell you but so much. You know what you can and can't do, and you have to be honest about it. And so once we get to that, then it's okay, well, let's put you through it.
How does Kuzma look to you?
Dude, he looks great, man. He looks great. He's got good rhythm. He has the ability to disassociate movements, right, which gives him a fluidity when he plays. But he can shoot the ball. He's worked on his mid-range game a lot. Post-up game looks strong. So looking forward to him having a good year, man.
How often do you give your thoughts on the current Laker roster to, say, your former agent?
Every time Rob calls me.
Okay. You offer something up to him?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, Rob and I have been friends forever. I mean, he's godfather to Gianna, and so we'll talk, man. And sometimes I'll call just to check him to see how he's doing. Because when I played during the season, he'd have to pick up for me with my family. Because I'd miss, for example, Halloween, Christmas.
Sure.
And so he'd go out with my family and stuff. And
when he was your agent?
When he was my agent. And so now it's just kind of reverse. So when he's out on the road, I'll spend time with his family and take him out trick-or-treating and all that good stuff.
What do you think of Rondo's presence here with Lonzo Ball and him? Is there, you think, a competition in the backcourt?
No, I think there's a lot to be learned from. I mean, Rondo's a student of the game. How he studies the game, I think it's something that Lonzo can learn from. Rondo will sit there and watch film for hours and hours and hours and hours and dissect and pick things apart to the smallest of detail. And I think it's important for Lonzo to see that. Also, how he facilitates the game, how he reads things happening before they actually happen, how you can manipulate the defense to make things happen. And also defensively, he gets after you. So I think it's great.
When I spoke to Jeannie, she said that she would have you do anything you'd like for the Lakers franchise. Has she communicated that to you?
Yeah.
Okay, she has.
Yeah.
Even a rumor that you might consider even maybe coming out of retirement to play one more time for the Lakers.
Right.
I see you're laughing.
Yeah.
There's nothing to that, right?
There's about a 0% chance that I come back and play.
So not even like a
Nothing.
zero. You're toast. You're finished.
Done.
As a player.
That's it.
Did last year at any point with you going through your first season not playing basketball?
Never.
Not once did you think about it?
Never. Here's the thing, is for us athletes, it's really hard to transition from that, right? And I was really personal about it when I wrote Dear Basketball. But that is the true challenge of finding what comes next and finding something that you love to do every bit as much as you loved your first passion. That is the challenge for us. And I think, unfortunately for us athletes, we've been pigeonholed into thinking that we can only be one thing. And so when I retire and everybody is saying, okay, he's too competitive, he's not gonna know what to do with himself, he's gonna have to come back. I took that as a personal challenge of them thinking I'm this one-dimensional person, that all I know is how to dribble the ball, shoot the ball, and play basketball and compete at that level. And so I took that as a personal challenge. I will never come back to the game, ever. I'm here to show people that we can do much more than that. And creating this business, winning an Oscar, winning the Emmy and the Annie, those are things that are showing other athletes that come after, no, there's more to this thing, right? So I would never, it's not even a thought.
So the goal was an EGOT? You want the Emmy, the Grammy, the Oscar, the Tony?
The challenge became, how do I take the lessons that I learned through the game of basketball and translate them into building the studio, right? What are the things that I can take from that? The discipline, the commitment, the team and community. How do you get the best out of each other? How do I take those lessons and move those here? That is the challenge. How do we do great work, uncompromising great work? You're not looking at the bottom line. You're focused on the product first, right? Is this the best thing that we can possibly make, no matter what? And having that sharp focus is something that I got from the game of basketball.
So then podcasts, how for children? How do you choose your projects? How does that process go for you?
Well, I just, I'll sit and I'll think and I'll create. I write them all out and create the characters, create the rules, the structure. And then you kind of got to go with your gut. You got to go with your gut and see, are we creating something that's been done before? Or is this a project, something that nobody's seen before? Mm-hmm. And is it a project that we're not sure that we can do? And if the answer is yes, then 9 times out of 10, we're going for that one, right? Because that means we're pushing boundaries a little bit. So that's how I generally pick them.
Do you ever want to act?
No. I love creating. I love directing, I love producing. I don't love acting. I don't love being in front of the camera. I like trying to figure out if the arc of the story is the right one.
Sure. Are you taking pitches?
No.
You don't take pitches?
Nope.
Nobody's pitching Kobe Bryant a story?
No, we don't take pitches. Like we're a very focused company. Like we have our projects that's laid out 5 years. We know exactly what we're releasing from now to 5 years from now, and when we're releasing them, and how they have a domino effect from books to film to Broadway. We have very specific goals and things that we want to accomplish. So we're very, very focused on those. And all the projects are created in-house.
So coming to you with my Dear TV idea, that's out. That's not happening. If I ever need for you to write Dear TV.
You kind of just slipped it in there right now. So I'll take that as a pitch.
Well, no, it's just, I'm not done with my career. You know what I'm saying? At some point.
Dear TV.
Dear TV.
Listen, I can always, dust off the pen.
It's okay if you don't like it, Kobe. It's fine.
Brother. Listen,
I can
dust off the pen and edit it for you. You write it, send it to me, I'll edit
send
it.
Or you'll make
absolutely
red notes, you'll circle?
I will.
Okay. In the meantime, you're just going to be coaching?
I'll be like, this one, this one, that one's real. No, I'm
Now I'm getting the sense of understanding. You said you're more patient now. What happened to the patience, Kobe?
No, I'm saying it in my head as I'm editing it. When I give it back to you, I'll go, I think there's another level that you can reach.
Okay.
Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yes, I agree with that. See, is that how it would go?
Let's focus on being our best self.
Okay. And then in the meantime, you're just going to coach. You're coaching your daughters.
Yeah, I am.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
And that's what, twice a week, 3 times a week? Is that what it is?
No, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Is there a LeVar type parent that you're dealing with?
Fortunately, all of our parents are very patient and just kind of hands off with their children.
No one's going to just take their kids to Lithuania on
No,
you?
no,
Is that happening?
No, not yet.
You never know.
Not yet.
Hey, Kobe, thank you very much.
You got it, man.
Appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Kobe Bryant here on The Rich Eisen Show.